Right, welcome to another episode of S-StarTV Podcast. I'm myself, Josie, and we're swinging back to the grime side today on this episode. If I said to you, swingers, nah, get banged up, get left flat. Yes. Welcome to the show, man like Ribz. What's going on?
Thank you for having me, man. I'm there, man.
Yes,
I'm just
brother.
chilling, man. I'm here.
Good to have you here. How's things?
It's all good, man. Happy to be alive. I'm here.
Yeah.
Got my sanity. Can't complain.
Yeah. You got the teeth in. What's in the mouth, man?
Some stones.
Crazy. You'll be able to talk properly today, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
How much money does that cost? Something like that in your mouth?
Do you know what? I've had these for years, you know. I
Yeah.
got them off Christmas, big up Christmas hands, but I've had them for years. I can't even remember what I paid for them. I'm not gonna lie.
Crazy. We was quickly talking just before we started, and what's the brand that's on your t-shirt?
This is the Killy brand.
Wicked. So whose is that? Yours?
So yeah, it's my thing still.
Okay,
Yeah.
what can we expect from it?
We can expect a lot, man. A lot.
It's
Is in
smart
the
though.
pipeline.
It looks like mature. It doesn't look like, you know.
Thank you.
Man that looks smart.
Yeah. Obviously, everyone says Killy, so it's like that. But man's from Kilburn as well, so it's
Yeah.
like a double entendre.
Yeah.
Clothing.
So it
man.
actually means something to you as well.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a
man. Wear it
story
on
to
my
it.
sleeve. You get me?
Yeah, wicked, man. Wicked. Where is it out yet? Where can we get
Not fully, but we'll be able to download it real soon. Not download. What's the word? Pre-order.
Yeah,
Pre-order.
yeah. Nice.
But just shout at me as well on the Instas, innit? Rib Insta. I'm not really on anything else. I'm on TikTok, but not like that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
You have to start getting on there, man. There's a lot of traffic on there.
Yeah, I know. I need someone else. I got someone kind of doing it, but I need someone else a bit better than that person.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Right, so I always say to my guests, what refreshments do you want? And you ask for the coconut water. So I'm feeling like we're gonna get a more level-headed, more how can I say it? You're gonna be speaking a bit more relaxed and controlled than you did on the RTM podcast. Is that right?
100%.
It started well.
It started
I
well.
watched it again the other day just to refresh anything I needed to talk about.
I
And it
brought the
started
bottle.
well.
I brought the bottle and gifted it to them, and I ended up going through the bottle myself. Like, yeah,
Could tell,
man.
could tell. And as it went on, the more and more it went on, you can see the drink was hitting you.
Yeah, of course.
I was thinking, stop drinking. But so
I
today
got
we're going
ambushed.
coconut water, yeah?
Coconut oil, almonds, and healthy
yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah, you got the healthy as well. Yeah, wicked. All right, man. Well, let's start this. We're gonna start on the grime side
Yeah.
because I'm a grime man myself at heart. Yeah, man. Where did it start for you in the grime? Obviously, most of us know you as just Ribz from SLK.
Okay.
Is that where it started?
No. It started. Well, I was listening to House and Garage, and the first time I ever touched mic was to Garage, and that was in Carnival Confusion Sound with Viper, MC Viper,
Yeah.
bring me on
Yeah.
and let me spit.
Did he know you?
No, he didn't know me. I think
so
I was
you
just
just
there,
tried
just like, yo, just trying a thing, you know what I
mobbing
mean?
it,
Yeah, and then he got man on. And then I used to MC to a house and garage. But it was when the grime came about. Obviously, Johnny Cash is from my end, so man used to hear all these beats, Musical Mob.
Yeah.
Used to hear the beats. When I actually started, it was like, just the crossover was happening. And Suavo used to go to my school. So I used to hear them lot on radio. SLK had already was formed. And I used to hear them. So I don't know what year it was, but that's when I say I started jumping on the grime.
Yeah. Well, from that carnival time, from then.
Yeah, from House and Garage. I was doing the House and Garage thing.
Oh, okay.
When the crossover happened,
Yeah, you was
I
there.
was feeling the beats. I'm like, yeah, the greasy, grimy.
Yeah. So were Musical Mob from your bits, youngster?
Yeah.
So obviously he's one of the people that started grime, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
obviously with Pulse X
technically.
is like, for me, is the first grime tune.
Yeah.
And obviously Wiley made Esky and made Eskimo.
For me, Johnny Cash.
Yeah, Johnny Cash.
Sablo. Like one of my first bookings, we'll maybe get into that. I went to Amsterdam with Skepta and Manga Jammer, and he was there. He was booked as well, and his thing was thriving them times.
Well, people were rating him even over there. Yeah. What was that saying? Amsterdam. Was that later in like?
That was
career,
2006.
Okay.
Six. I'm not good with years, but I'm sure it's six. It's
Yeah.
six.
Who was you? Was you out there? What as SLK? Or by
I was
yourself?
out there. I just went solo at this stage.
is
I was just on my own thing,
Yeah.
but I was still. Everyone knows that's okay.
So you joined SLK. For people that do grime now, listen to grime now, they'll have no clue about the pirate radio days. Like where did you end up? Pirate radio, was you going north, east, south, west, out of London? Because I know you boys used to go like St Albans and that. You not tapped into that scene a lot, didn't they?
Manic
SLK?
FM. I'm not gonna lie, we was one of the only crews that was everywhere. We was everywhere. There weren't no stopping us. We was everywhere. We was in South. We made a lot of links in South, North, East, West, wherever. We was literally there.
Yeah. You got some mad moments at Pirate Radio where it got a bit sticky or whatever.
Yeah.
Different areas and stuff.
It got sticky. It got sticky. We had to certain times be very prepared. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it was literally on site with certain people.
Because you know what, I was watching just to do some research for this purposes, but I was watching some sets and you can tell like some of you lot like are serious people. Like you can see like he's about it. You can tell. Do you think like the noises in the crew, meaning like Flirts and even some noise from you, Suave, do you think that made people not respect you as much or think these man are joke man or anything? Because obviously the noises comes across a bit more comical sometimes or not as serious like what Flirts does and all that. So do you think that might make people not respect you as much?
Yeah, but at the time I don't think I thought about it like that. I think at the time, man, I was just doing what I was doing, and I didn't really think about it. But looking back, probably people did.
Because even when I was watching, I was like, you guys remind me of Roadside G's, but the Northwest version. When I was watching some of you, like even just looking at you lot and how you lot was moving, even when it moved to Gully Gang, we'll touch upon that. But you could see the roadside part of it, like you lot, like the people were from the roads, because obviously Grime had that, like, where people didn't take Grime serious, but there was a few actual serious people in Grime.
Yeah,
and I think you guys some of you lot were like that, right?
Yeah, no, facts, 100%.
So I just think, like with the noises, I just thinking, I wonder if that made people not respect them as much or not expect them to be roads, because obviously a lot of it was audio as well back then, so there wasn't a lot of visuals, so they might have just been listening and not taking it as serious, even though you lot was serious people. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. So so like, is there any mad stories you can tell us about Pirate Radio days that spring to mind? You must have ones you think, fucking hell, that was a mad situation.
Sniper E, the whole situation with.
Yeah, because you touched upon that, innit? Why you went? Was it like why you went Sidewinder or something to do, or one of them raves, and it was to do with Sniper E? Because you said that on the RTM, and I was thinking, because I know there was a lot of clashing and that back then.
I can't even remember what I said. No,
True.
But with what's his name again? Sniper E situation.
Yeah.
It was a similar thing with Nasty. I think they wanted Flirter in their crew. He was actually doing little bookings with them, and then I think he must have said, "Nah, I'm with SLK." And then for some reason, I'm at my yard one day, we're chilling, listening to was it Freeze FM, and they started going at Flirter. So I kind of looked at Flirter. Flirter weren't really responding. And then they've said my name. And I said, nah, we're going up there. So we've gone up there, meet us with our shiesty. There's a bag of us. We've gone up there. We just done a madness. We ran up to the station, licked out the windows, ran man down, ran Sniper E down, Major Ace in that cut. What's his name? Terra D was there. That's my little homie, man, because down the line, I found out his brother is my brethren from North, and he's related to God's Gift. But
who? Terra Danger?
Little Terra D.
Oh, Terra D.
Yeah, Terra D. They used to call him Little Terra D. But anyway, we've ran down the man. Them smashed glass. Police have come, and then that was the first. Like, we've seen these lot in it, and it's on site in it. And then I think we went to Limehouse, Raw FM, and they tried to run up on us, but it didn't work. It backfired, and then we ran them out. Obviously, that's their ends. They
came to run up on you.
Yeah, they tried to come up on us. We was there for a minute, and I think they tried to come outside in a car. We ran them down, and then they've cut. Then the third time was Eskimo dance in Wembley. So everyone in Northwest was gassed because we're always saying, yo, it's always in Watford. It's always in. It's never in the bits. So everyone in Northwest was happy. I remember the man them talking about it. So we've gone to that now, and then a madness has happened outside. Where the bouncers ain't letting us in, we've ended up rushing the door. Then when we've gone in there, the rave's dead. So man's ended up flying the bar, taking bottles off out of the thing. Then as we're running up, I've heard the man say, Sniper E's here. So man's thinking, I don't really care, whatever. Man's running back to the car to put bottles in the car. Everyone's saying we're going Scala. So then Sniper E's in front of me now. He's turned around and seen me as I'm running, and he's just started running. So everyone started chasing him, and it's like the whole rave is chasing this guy. They've run back to their car. We've licked out their car windows. Then they've scurred off. Then I've jumped on a bike. I'm on my brethren's bike these times that I stole for the day. But I'm driving a DNA. Remember the DNA? Scaleras. So everyone's saying we're going Scala. So on the way to Scala, there's more to the story, but I'm not even gonna. I can't say stuff. But we're going Scala. As we're going Scala, we spotted them again on the M way where it goes Brent Cross and it kind of goes up to the North Circle, or you can cut off. So man, scurrying up to them, but where I'm on a DNA, I can't really rev, like it's just one rev, innit?
1-2s, is it?
1-2s or 180, one of them. So we've seen them again, then bam, they've scurried off. Then we've gone to the radio. And the funny part about the story was Suavo and Scraps and that was in Easton Radio, and they don't know nothing about what's happened. And they're at some lights in Easton. They said that the car pulled up beside them and windows smashed out, and they've seen them, man. And then they've just cut out. Do you get me? So they must have been thinking we're in East.
Break, bro.
Yeah, they couldn't catch a break. And from them, we never heard from them again. It was proper like a Ja Rule 50 Cent situation. I never heard of them again.
To be fair, he did disappear.
Disappeared. And then he I don't know why he called my name. Like in the tune he done on YouTube, he was just calling me that. I'm like, bro, I haven't done that.
Back then, it was just you could just go for anyone. I don't feel like there was much repercussions.
As
Grime, innit? So there wasn't much repercussions. People just sending. Remember, Skepta was sending her on, and people just sending for.
But I think that it's the certain person. Me at that age now, I'm an adult. Like now, I don't care. The hell of people talking about, man. I don't care. Well, you have to be thick-skinned on it.
Yeah, of course.
I think that people knew what they was doing.
You
know who you was going for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, wicked, man. Right, so let's talk about SLK. Obviously, you actually had a couple decent singles, like Hype was a decent single.
Pull Up That.
Pull Up That as well with Mondi. Like you had decent bodies of work as singles. Was there ever an album?
There was some type of something online. Was it Lost Tapes? SLK Lost Tapes or something like that. Yeah. But I weren't involved in that. I heard that somebody got a piece out of that, and then I contacted somebody, and they said someone else done it. And I just said, you know what?
So someone got paid, but no one knows.
No one. Yeah. Apparently, yeah.
So was that the start and the end of SLK?
What do you mean? Because of that situation?
Yeah, like was that when things started to filter out for SLK?
No, I heard about it like way down the line. Like, right, you should get some peas because this thing's done numbers online. Like, So when I've contacted, they said this person, I've contacted that person. Then that person said someone else. That's not even part of SLK done it, and they don't know them. They don't know. So I was just like, you know what? Karma, man. Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what I want to do is go through the camp because you actually had a lot of talent in there, and we'll have a few words on each member. So we'll start with Flirta D. Like, are you still pals with everyone from SLK?
Yeah, not everyone, but yeah.
Alright, well, let's see how this goes then. So Flirta D, like, what do you say about Flirts? What words you got about Flirts?
Flirts is my brother for life, man. Flirts he's never switched up on man. He's cold with it. He's lyrically, I'd say he's one of the best grime MCs. That my man is like a computer, a walking computer. He's chipped. You've seen him, man. He's Flirta, man. So
when you say lyrically, you mean like bars.
Yeah, man. The stuff that you come.
Some people wouldn't agree with that, obviously, because for Flirts, you're not associating with like deep bars and stuff. So elaborate on that a bit more.
I think he does what he knows the people want. But I think if you was to take him away and say come with a whole different thing, you'd be surprised because some of his old stuff, if you listen, like he's very lyrical. I've sung with him on the mic that he's lyrical, so he is deep. But I think he chooses to do what? Go to the rhythm. Yeah. He knows.
Biggest reactions, isn't it?
Biggest reaction. He's getting reactions bigger than people that have got number ones.
Yeah, of course.
See what I'm saying?
Of course. All right, Scraps.
What was the question again?
So like, just like your
about them.
Yeah, like your opinion on them, or just a few words on them, man, because these are big players in the game.
Yeah. Scraps, big boy Scraps, the one and only Scraps. Man, grow with Scraps, man. I remember when I come out of jail one time when he gave me a Zedda weed. I'll never forget that. Yeah, that's my bro. We grew up like when we was really doing stuff. So like, it's for me. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people have changed on me, and I've come to realize that there are a lot of people that are just not real. To me, you're not real in it. Like, obviously change is good in certain aspects of whatever you're doing in it, but he's a guy that I could not see for years and then see him. Last time I see him, I think he was showing Forum about 4 or 5 years ago. And I just know that he will never change. That's bro.
Was it the same when you saw him? Same number?
Yeah, same. He saw me even from the back, like, yo, pause, Wi-Fi, that was a bit wide, but yeah, he saw me. And then, love. Well, go on, my brother. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nice. And he's very calm. That's what I love about him. see how he raps? That's why he proper suits the rap thing.
Yeah.
Grime though as well, they need to wake up. If you ain't heard Scraps, when I see little comments and they're like, Scraps did Grime, I'm like, wow, these youths don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Scraps was cold.
Suavo.
Suave, that's family, man. We're not related, but we've always said we're cousins since primary school. So you know them ones, you know, you got that, that's cousin, you get me. But yeah, he's another one, ain't changed. He's cold with it as well. He's just different. You know what I liked about SLK? Everyone was just different.
Yeah, seriously. All the three you've named so far are all completely different along with yourself.
Man come out with forearm.
Yeah, we got Suave. Right, Shiesty Shads.
Shiesty Shads was my bro. He was my bro. He was. That was family. That was someone that I would have ridden out. I don't care if you're in the wrong or right. But things changed. Guys switched up on me. Lyrically, one of the coldest.
Sick.
Like,
Very sick.
I think out of all of us, I thought he was the coldest. I'm not gonna lie. There was a time when I said, yeah, he's got it. He's got it. And he started keeping up with road stuff down the line. And that's what I like. Like, I like man that are telling the truth. Like, you could be lyrically crazy, but if you're not really on the roads, and that's how it used to be back in the day. When we used to hear of artists from out the ends, the first thing would be like, "What is he on it? Is he on job?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, because Shiesty, I got the feeling he was, yeah.
He was.
Yeah, you could tell he was.
He turned.
Big Mighty Joe.
Big Mighty. That's my house raving guy. Yeah, that's my brother.
Did you go house raving?
Yeah, he's outside.
I swear.
Yeah, he's outside.
I think he was my favourite, you know. So, you know what it was? His clarity.
Yeah,
his clarity was ridiculous.
Yeah. Where did I come from? I jumped out of the sky. Yeah, now Mighty cold. Yeah, cold. I got no bad word to say about Mighty.
J Money,
my little brother. Like Money. I ain't seen him for a minute. He did a little bid. Lyrically, he was cold as well.
Yeah.
And he's a good guy. He got himself in some situations, and I think
obviously, bro, because I linked up with him a few times, done a few videos for him, and then he disappeared.
Yeah. Now he's out just doing his thing, man. I haven't really spoke to him like that, but I got him on the gram, like we're there, but we're not as close. I think when I look back, not to blame myself, but man could have done a lot more. But I was young myself. Do you get it? So man could have done a lot more to kind of steer these man onto music. But as we were talking about earlier, the music, there was no money in the music scene. Man was getting bookings with Skepta for bills in Hitchin. We're driving up there, that's the petrol money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah. Iceman, another guy switched up on me, man. But Ice was cold. He was like unorthodox with it. And he was very hot-headed, and he always wanted to. First time I bought the kid, he was in Kensal Rise, and he wanted to clash Crazy Titch. He was like, yo, like, he knew, like, obviously my name was bubbling in the sea, and he's like, yo, I want to clash this Titch guy, rah, rah, rah. And I was just like, right, this kid's angry.
Where's that? Was that in Luton?
No, Kensal Rise.
Oh, okay.
Kensal Rise. We were just at a youth club.
Yeah,
but he just started chatting to me, and he's just like, yo, like, can I hook you up?
Oh,
like,
okay, so Titch weren't there.
Titch weren't there, he was just like, yo, yeah, I want to clash Titch. You get me? So I was like, right, this kid's crazy. And then he proved to be crazy. Sometimes I think SLK was a bit cursed, because majority of us went Joe. Majority of us, and I'm like, raw, like, even that don't really get talked about, like, the Joe, that, like, not a lot of crews, did I say Roll Deep, for instance?
This is what I was trying to say to you, that you lot come across as serious. You could tell. I could tell just by even watching on DVDs or whatever it is. You know the old saying, "Real recognize real." You can tell you lot are about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like the noise is kind of fabricated that you lot are actually about it. Do you know what I mean?
But if you knew, like, especially in Northwest, not even just Northwest. If you knew, you knew. Because I'm not gonna lie, I think more time when we went out, there was always some type of drama.
I was gonna say you lot must have gotten some mad
dramas. And more time it was us making the dramas.
Yeah.
Going raves, getting a dead booking P, and going outside the rave and trying to rap Aqua Masters and Kettles. Do you know what I'm saying?
From the stage to outside and trying to rap.
Other MCs, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Last but not least that I've got written down is Van Damage.
Van Damage. If you see this, I love you. Real talk. He's a good guy, humble guy. Stuff happened, me and him fell out. I've even tried for a few people to contact him to say, like, man, sorry, Man was young and dumb. But lyrically, he weren't the best. But he had heart. He had a lot of heart. And just a humble guy. One of the coolest guys.
Do you know what? I was watching a set and it was you lot on radio. And it looks like there's a problem between you and Van Damage in the thing. One of them's got the mic, I think it's Big Mighty. He goes to give it to you, Van Damage takes it, and you go to take it, and it's just a bit of an awkward moment, and I could just sense it. As someone who was a DJ and been around all of that,
that was probably
I could sense it.
That probably worked not out.
And then he spat, yeah. And then Meter was on the other mic, and then Van Damage just gave you the mic like that, like he didn't even look at you, you know, like you could just tell there might have been something. I think that was just
because when we had our little fallout,
yeah,
we was kind of nothing was really going on, kind of thing. So I think that was probably just the hunger. Like I was saying earlier, everyone wants to get their bars out. So there is no structure to it. It's just man, I just really go and you know what I'm saying. So it probably just was one of those ones.
I mean, I know everyone's obviously a lot older now, but could there ever be any not reunion in terms of like the crew get back together, but could there be any works done between each other again?
It's been spoke about. Like I done a hot minute, and when I came out, it kept getting spoke about. Even got spoke about in getting done in the O2. So that would have been a very good look, but everyone wasn't communicating, and I was chatting to Mighty about it, and someone else was, I don't know who was trying to pattern it, but they were saying yeah it could work. But I was down for it. I was like, do you know what? It's been a minute. Life is short. As you get older, when I was young. When you're young, what they say, it's like saying like, got nothing to lose. When you get older, I've lost count of people that I've lost. Like, stuff's happening in my life, loved ones ill, So I'm like, do you know what? Ill or sick, I'd love to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Even just recording something, like, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
What's happening with you as an artist at the moment?
I'm just releasing, man. Like, right now, I haven't put nothing on no channels. I kind of like, didn't see the point. I'm from the Channel U era, so we built it up from the Channel U, and so my thing is this: there's a lot of money getting spent, but nothing coming in. Do you know what I mean? If I pay for a video, if I pay for a cameraman, pay for an editor, pay for girls, pay for cars, pay for all the stuff that people want in the videos, then pay for it to go up on Grime Daily or whatever, and then just sit back and say, all right, cool, it got 100,000 views, sick, but
you're not getting much.
Did I get a booking? If I didn't get a booking, it defeats the object. So I kind of just throw it up on my own little thing. The views are dead, but to me, I kind of enjoy being underground. There's a lot of underground artists you find and you're like, wow, this guy's sick. Like, I hope I'm one of them. I hope they look into me and say, wow, that. And I've been releasing like this from the beginning of the year. I think like 6 singles I put out now. And there's more to come.
So it's allowing you to still be creative.
100%.
Yeah, you need to be. No, exactly. All right, this is a tough question. So I play a game on my show. It's only recent. I done it with Logan Sama, and I've done it with my last guest as well, Scholar T, and it's called Best in the Crew. In SLK, use the top 3, and you can include yourself.
Top 3. You didn't mention BMD though as well.
BMD as well.
And Battle Axe.
Yeah.
And
you want to say anything on them while you're saying it?
BM's cold. The thing about BM is he's smart guy, and he's very, what's the word I'm looking for, man? Entrepreneur. He's always onto the next thing, and yeah, BMD was cold. Who else did I say? Battle Axe kind of disappeared when it all started. He was only kind of there at the beginning, and he just went off. And then Lady Envy, she disappeared as well. She was part of Hype, but she weren't really there for the like, she was doing Pirate with them before, but then when I come about, she dipped. What was the question again? So
yeah, top 3 in SLK.
Top 3
in the SLK days. So like, let's not count Scraps as a rapper. Let's count him as a Grime MC.
I'd say Shiesty, Flirter, and Scraps.
Yeah. So you're not in the top 3.
I probably would have said it a couple of years ago, but because I'm more humble now.
All right, let's quickly play that game. So what you got to do is name me the best MC in this crew. Yeah? All right, Boys in the Hood.
Titch. I don't really know anyone else in Boys in the Hood apart from
Goods, Dogs.
I was Dogs in Boys. Yeah, he was in it.
Yeah.
Dogs. Sorry,
yeah.
Dogs.
All right, RSGs, Roadside Gs.
RA.
Nasty Crew.
Kano.
Roll Deep.
Dizzy.
East Connection.
Who's in East Connection again?
I
was gonna say Demon. Demon.
I had SLK, but obviously you've done that one. OGs.
Oh jeez.
P Money, Blacks, Little D, Gender.
P Money weren't really about that back then, like.
Yeah, but this, for what you know of OGs, so some of these might not be from that era. Despa was OGs. Despa, yeah. Slew them.
Temps.
Meridian, Bloodline.
H.
Boy Better Know.
I said Harry. Don't piss off H. Boy Better Know. Skep.
Yeah. Movement.
Scorch.
Some good answers, to be fair. Pay As You Go.
Wiley.
So Solid.
Mega.
You might see these ones are a bit more, not current, but a different era. Invasion Alert. It's like Socks. JK, yeah. Stay Fresh.
I don't really know this. Stay Fresh.
No. Your favourite, Special Delivery.
Major Ace, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Rough Squad.
Mad Max.
Ooh. Not many people would say that. Big up Mad Max.
Mad Max was cold.
Yeah,
That man there had me thinking they was all Jamaicans.
Yeah.
All some real yardies, yeah.
More local to you, Musical Mob.
Rugrat.
Hot Off the Block.
I don't know them. I know the name, but I don't know. Dynasty. Who's Dynasty again?
It was when it Marcy Phonics, Hyperfen.
I'd say Marcy.
Marcy, yeah. And then favorite old school garage MC of all time.
Favorite old school garage MC. I don't know, you know.
Creed, PSG, CKP. Who was you listening to? Because you was into garage. Who was the one that made you pick up the mic?
All of them, really, but the best, I don't know, like Precious.
Precious, okay.
Precious is called.
See, your answers make me do realise you know about the scene,
music scene.
It's
Yeah,
not,
of
you know,
course.
just, you know what I mean? That I can see. Was there any other Northwest crews apart from the ones we named?
To tell you the truth, there was a lot. There was bare. There's bare DVDs, old school DVDs that I used to have. But I'm not gonna lie. I think when you're doing something, you gotta just focus on your thing only. Because I meet people all the time and they're like, yeah, this, and I'm just like, unless you was up to par with the man them and read, what's the other one? Not Nice Crew.
Not Nice.
They was the only ones.
Who was in that?
Tynes, you know, Marley.
With Zeeks and the one who does stuff with Zeeks.
Mel Dog, Rogard. There was a couple probably ones you wouldn't know, but they was the main ones. Like yeah.
So what was behind the move to make Gully Gang?
I obviously, as you know, I started a crew before SLK. Merc Boys, yeah. And that come about because I was in Joe with Meter. So when SLK was happening, there was a guy managing Flirter and Van Damage, and then the guy, there was some shady stuff going on. I don't want to talk about it or get into it. I don't really know, but things weren't going the way we wanted, and everyone was kind of upset. So everyone was like, the only thing we can really do, or this is what I was saying, like putting this forward, the only thing we can really do is start a whole nother crew. So yeah, and I think these times it was getting a bit more like techie on the roads, and so man was just like, SLK was too sweet anyway. It was that Solo Lady Killers was one of the first things it was standing for. When I joined it, I changed it to Still Licking Kettles and Solo Key, and so we was kind of like, yeah, it's Gully Gang, and then it started Gully Gang, and then them lot are obviously still part of it, but you're kind of like,
who was the members of Gully Gang?
Same members still, members.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Scraps, me, Shiest, Mighty, Money, Iceman, Blacks, yeah,
Yeah. So what end? Did SLK officially end at some point, or did it just filter out?
At that stage it officially ended because them lot were under some kind of contract or something. So it just stopped there. Gully Gang continued, but then it fizzled out because I went jail. I was in and out of jail. I've been jailed many times, so it was just messing up the thing for everyone else. Them lot were still doing it, but it just kind of fizzled out.
Did you take Vetra with you as well when you done the Gully Gang thing?
Yeah. Did we? Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah. So and also you mentioned Merkwes. Who was in Merkwes again? You, Meter. Malicious in
yeah. Messy.
Malicious was cold. Underrated.
Yeah, Malicious was cold. Malicious was very cold still.
Messy.
Yeah, Missy, Malicious. And then they brought a whole bunch of Southman with them. So I can't even remember the names. But yeah, top of my head I can't remember the names, but there was a few.
Did it not last long though, Merkwes? What happened there?
Nah, it kind of, the vision I had, like I consider myself kind of like a Wiley of Northwest. And the vision I had, like they weren't keeping up to what man was on basically. You know what I'm saying? Like the sets we're doing, people ain't turning up and and things they're not putting the work in that should have been mashed. You get it? So yeah.
Did you have Vapor in there as well, wasn't he? Vapor. The black Vapor, not the white Vapor. I'm sure he was in there because he was with Malicious.
He probably was.
A2 was there as well.
If you said some names, because there was a few names that they had these mad names them times there.
Yeah. So then that one just filtered out as well in the end as well.
Yeah.
Because of jail, was it?
Nah, that just kind of filtered out because it just did. I think they weren't putting in the works. Like we was doing we was going to radio like we was getting paid, or we had a slot on the radio. Like we never had no slots on some radios. We did, but we was literally like Heat FM, for instance. We used to go outside, sit in a car, wait. Like a ragga DJ might be on, so we'd sit there, listen, and then wait, and then we don't know who's coming or what. And then when we see like grime crews coming, we used to call it mobbing them times. We started to say mobbing sets.
Yeah.
So I swear we invented that. We used to just roll in, and more time people would be happy because Flirter would be there, and people see Flirter, and it doesn't seem that much of a. But yeah, we're coming in and we're on mic in it. You know
yeah, nice. All right, was you there for the SLK v Younger Nasty clash?
I got there at the end.
What's your version of events?
My version of events is I'm with a few man. We knew it was sticky because obviously they're dissing us, we're dissing them, boom, boom, boom. So everyone's like, yeah, this clash is happening. So with a few man, I'm with one you, and he's with his cousin. This guy's told us he's got a burner with him. So man's like, yeah, cool. So imagine Shiesty jumped in a boot because there's 6 man. On the way there, we get stopped by Feuds in Angel. So we're cutting from northwest to east. I'm thinking, yeah, we're all going jail.
Yeah.
Dave just took my man out the boot. So what's in the boot? We said, look, we're just trying to get somewhere. Rah. They've searched us, so let us go. So I'm thinking, that's a bit odd.
Let him get back in the boot.
No. They said he's got to make his own way. Yeah. So I'm thinking it's a bit odd. They didn't find no turn, but I'm thinking obviously my man might have it in a good place. Blah. Got there. When we've got there, everyone's coming out the block. This is Alien Lanterman. I think it was not Homage, and I don't know where it was here, but it was just Alien Taman. These ends in it were some big tower block in some estate. Everyone's coming out. So I've seen Rugrat, I've seen Dynamic, I've seen Couple Man, Vetra, and all the windows are all licked out them days. They remember when the blocks them used to just be gritty, like.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing man through the block. So people start filtering out. Then Vetra's come running out, talking about his records have been licked. He's backed out some pole from his sleeve. He's slapping it against the wall. I've turned around. Suavo's getting chased that way. BMD's getting chased. I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, raw, this is a madness, yeah?
Warzone, yeah.
So Warzone. Next thing I know, Suave's been licked down. So by the time man's got to Suavo, I think BMD's getting chased that way. Suavo's out cold. I've gone to lift him up. The only person that helped us was Lady Fury. Lady Fury's like, yo, helping me pick him up. And so I was always been a big guy, but man's picking him up. Man's took him to the car. She's getting phone calls, people telling her, like, leave that man there. She helped us get to Homage Hospital. And then man was just there till we dipped or whatever. And yeah, found out it was them, man. Yeah, so that was the version of events. I didn't get to spit because when I got there, it was finished. Yeah.
Okay. So after that, was Sidewinder after that when them like had the madness? Was it Eskimo or Sidewinder where Suave got his own back?
That was after that. Yeah, definitely. That was like literally like a year.
So then, did anything happen in between those two events?
I think yeah. We went to a Bristol. We went to a rave off ends, and I think Gets and that were on stage. I remember being with Flirter, and Gets had jumped on stage and said the mad bar, dissing Flirts, and the Flirts dived on the stage and attacked my man. Then we got flung out. Bouncers come grabbed us up, and then we got dashed out, and then I think then it was down the line that Get situation happened.
Okay, was you there when that happened?
Yeah, I was there.
Was it crazy?
It was crazy still. Because I got pissed off with the whole thing because we caught Storm and Slipping one time in West, and my brother, remember DJ Policy?
Yeah.
He used to work for BMG. So he used to always have these BMG bands. All in the van, we've seen my man, and the man them wanted to set it, but I've always been cool with my man's always showed me nothing but love. So when I've seen him jumped out and chatting, man saying, brother, even he's saying the same thing, like we need to squash this car. It's gonna get out of hand.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna die over what? Do you get me? And then when I've gone to that Sidewinder where the thing happened to Gets, I knew it was gonna happen. I see Despa as soon as I got in there. So me and Despa have always been. So I see Despa, and then I've seen Suavo and that, and Gets was with Rough Squad. Then I've seen Suavo like I put his hand on them, and I could just see. I said, shit, it's getting off, innit? Strobe lights are going off. I've seen my man getting stamped out. I'm seeing blood in the air going through the strobe lights. I'm trying to stop Suave. Suave's just moving, man. He's get back in it, man. Wanted his get back. Then we've all cut out the rave, and I remember cutting out the rave because the bouncers never even come. Like no one even really clocked. When we cut out the rave, I remember thinking, why are we cutting? So no one's there. Like they should be cutting. No? Why the fuck we dippers? I was like, fuck that. Man's getting back in. You get me? So man's gone to go back in with a few of us. Bare man, I just started jumping in cars and cutting. But I'm saying, fuck that. As I'm going back, Gets and that are coming out. Gets in the Rough Squad. So they're behind the metal thing now. But I give it to Gets, like, because I'm saying to him, brother, like, bro, this needs to, and he's just on some shouting, blood's coming out his mouth. So I just got vexed now because I was like, fuck this, bro. Man, you just got fucked out loud. Like, bro, just like, do you get it? And then I think we ended up just dipping because we're thinking they're going to be calling, man. Let's just dip, and then we dipped.
Yeah. So was that the last? Was it after that? How did it get squashed?
No one ever really squashed it. There was no calls. There was no. I remember being in the ends and then seeing Gets in the ends. I'm on the fucking Silverlink line, and I'm coming from east, and then I see Gets, and I'm with my brethren. He clocks Gets on the platform as the train's pulling up. So I'm looking for I'm like, what really? When I turn around, my brother's gone.
What, towards him?
I don't know where he's gone. He's changed carriage. So I'm looking now. My man's got on the train, and where's he sit? Right next to man. So I'm thinking it's on. Yeah. But he just nodded at man. So I'm thinking, does he know who man is? Like, I don't know. Do you get me? Man just sat there to my stop, and then I got off, and nothing was ever said. I can't remember if that was before or after the mad thing, but I think it was after the mad thing still.
So what do you think? It just filtered out and everyone grew up a bit and just...
Yeah, man. I think time's a healer, man. I think time, people have kids, so much stuff happens in time. You ain't got that same energy to go try and lick someone down for something that, what did it even start from just...
Yeah.
Man, them can't get along.
Yeah, of course. You mentioned him earlier, Crazy Titch. You use pals with Crazy Titch as well?
Not really. Not to say we wasn't pals, but we just linked on the circuit. Man, it's the same in Hitchin. I've seen him on some bookings in Hitchin. I've seen him in radio, whatever. So it was never pals, but he knew us, we knew him, and we was cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because there is a set, I watched it years ago on YouTube, and I don't know if you're there, but it's definitely SLK Rugrats in it as well, and Titch. And I think it's in Luton.
Yeah, man's probably.
It just seemed like he was alright with you.
He was, yeah.
So I reached out to you and said, like, is there any topics that you want to cover as well? So let's go through a couple of those. So you wanted to talk about the snitching culture.
Yeah.
So what did you mean by that?
Like, I'm from the roads, man, and if you're in it, you're in it. Whereas I didn't know the stuff I know now. So I'm speaking from my perspective now, innit? I think it's all bullshit. That the way these young lot are making money, we never had them opportunities to make that money. Like there was people, like, I'm not saying there wasn't, making a lot of money, but these lot have got so many opportunities to make money and actually get out. So the snitching thing to me is an idiot thing, but a lot of these youths are saying all these stuff. For instance, Striker, CGM, jumping on tunes, big pipes on big bikes, getting shot, got into court, dig that's got birded off. Personally, my thing is, why didn't my man say it was some white youths? It was some Russian youths that licked me down. No, I don't know. It weren't them. Like, you got to make it clear, innit?
Yeah.
Like, we're out here, we're both banging.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. So
to me, I think it's just having guidance though, man. A lot of these youths ain't got no guidance, man. Like, man never had, so I think...
So then don't your generation, our generation, need to take that upon themselves and say, no, we need to do better, rather than it be this young generation that are making the mistakes.
100%, but at the same time, I remember being that kid. I've had it bare times with money to come and chat, and I just think, shut up, man, you don't know what you're... I'm out here blinging, bro. I'm out here, what are you on? You're a tramp. You're not on nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how I used to think. You're an idiot. You're not on my level. Like, I'm getting money. That's how they think. They're looking at me, I'm thinking, idiot. This old uncle, man can't... Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is worth a try, and man do. Like, when I'm around my brethren's youths and I was literally around them weekend guns and I'm talking to them, trying to put some... Because I've got to try and give back. Do you get it?
So, but the thing is, when you're talking about with the things they're saying on tunes and that as well, would it go as far if they wasn't talking so openly? Do people because people buy into that, don't they?
Yeah. The net has made it a place for everybody to chat, whereas back in the day, Grime sets, we're all in the one room like this, we're all in the mic. Someone's got something to say it, and if it goes left, we're all there for it to go left there, innit? Whereas now, you're at home, or you're with your boys, you're only rolling with your boys, and you lot got beef with them lot over there, you're comfortable to jump on a camera and say, suck your mum, and ra-ta-ta, because no one's here. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's no threat in your direction right now as we're talking. So, but then when you do get caught up, let's see if you're that same person. When you get caught slipping and there's 10 man, 15 man, let's see if you're not trying to do the 10 toes. You know what I'm saying?
So then, all right, so what is your advice to the younger generation?
To the younger generation?
To be doing better then? In that scenario?
Get money and live. I swear, I wish you could just have an insight into how it was for us and how, like, there was no internet. Like, there was internet, but it was not up what's going on now. Do you know what I'm saying?
It wasn't being monetized. People
yeah.
weren't paid.
The last thing I kind of had before I went away was MySpace. And even MySpace was a lot not like what's going on now. It was kind of, but not to the extent. My advice is get money, and there's a million ways to do it. And if you are gonna jog, be smart, but there's enough for everybody. I feel like society makes us feel like there's not enough for everybody, so everyone's trying to do the mad thing. And do you get me? But my advice is just get money, travel, look after who's looking after you, and love and live. That's why a lot of the older ones like us lot, we get onto the house thing, because we've realised house music is good music. You know how much people that I've seen that I've had madnesses with and things and house raves, and it's all been love. So yeah, the main question is live your life, man, and try and do good.
Yeah, nice, good words, man. What about paying homage then? Because that was another subject you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, paying homage, I don't think it happens a lot. I think the game is definitely rigged, and people will follow the crowds. So if someone don't really like someone part of that clique might even like that someone, but because everyone else doesn't like that person, they're gonna say, yeah, no, I don't like that person. But I feel like it's like talking about Dipset and not mentioning Max B. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though he went in it from the get-go, when he jumped in, he made it wavy. So it's only right for the up-and-coming people to... I think in America it's different, but I think over here there's a lot of... It's cliquey. That's the word they're using it. It's cliquey. Like, people are... Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'll always pay homage to the skinny mans, to... Do you know what I'm saying? The OGs. Man has to.
Yes.
Work for them. Even Professor Green.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's hear some names that you think deserve more flowers that don't get it.
Professor Green changed up his life. I've been watching a couple of things that he does. He's sick. He definitely kicked down the doors. I used to go jump off with Lady Nye, and
I saw her the other day.
yeah, I ain't seen her in years. She don't really talk to me, but anyway, yeah, big up Nye. Yeah, he was cold. Jump off, freestyle battling, cold. So he definitely was one of them. Skinny man definitely don't get the big up he deserves. He should win a mobile to Blood Clot, 100%. Like that first album, Cancel a State of Mind, crazy. Like people, this is what I'm saying about being underground. I think people, because he has got a big fan base. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think he's the in thing now, so the labels ain't doing nothing, but I think he could sell out O2, 100%. The big people will definitely step up. But who else?
Any other names that you reckon we should be paying homage to that don't get enough flowers?
Yeah, Rodney P, definitely. Skinny man. Goldie.
Yeah.
Does his thing still, but personally I just don't think that he gets the props that he should get. Someone was talking about Grills the other day and how he set the trend even in America. Because he's been doing it since, so he's been going to America and he's been had the Grills. A lot of people think that can't be, but someone was showing me there's a whole documentary about it. I ain't seen it yet personally, but yeah.
Alright, yeah, so let's move on to the next one. And you said you want to do a subject is, do people need to address rumours?
No. If you know what's in your heart and you're doing your thing, people that do their thing don't watch other people. They do their thing. Why am I watching other people? So yeah, definitely no. Why am I go and make more rumours? Chat about me. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of these people want other people to go and address something, and if it can cause issues as well, just allow it. Just keep it moving.
So do you feel like people get drawn out and actually take to debate and end up addressing stuff that they shouldn't?
100%.
Yeah. All right. So you mentioned jail a few times in your life as well. How many times have you been in jail? Do you remember?
It's not even funny.
Not funny.
I don't mean to laugh.
Yeah, no, it's not laughing like that.
I'm laughing because it's what's happened. Right. Tell you the truth. About 5, 6 times.
Okay. It's not a crazy amount, but do you feel like it's the duration that you've been there a long time that you accumulated as in time-wise?
Yeah.
And
I've done, when I calculated it, I've done about 12 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
A long time. I should be bored. I don't know how it lasted.
That's a long time, man. So when you say that out loud to yourself in the past, you just think, what goes through your mind when you say that? Do you think, oh, I've wasted so much of my life?
What goes through my mind? A lot of things. I think I wasted a lot of time, but at the same time, that time built me into who I am. So I don't know if God came out of the sky and said, I can go back, if I would change it. I'll think about this all the time. Sometimes I think, nah, I wouldn't, because of who I am now. My head is a gold mine. Pause Wi-Fi. But yeah, like.
But then, all right, well, what about, so you saying if you might not change it, but then if you stopped maybe the first time and you stopped doing what you was doing, so whether that guy out robbing, whatever it was, then maybe you would have got to this mindset quicker.
It would depend on the rules, what God was saying, if that could actually happen. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I can go back there and my brain will be the same brain as it is now. Maybe I would. I don't know, but I think it did instill a lot of, it's good and bad with everything, negative and positive with everything. I think it did install a lot of growth.
So what was the difference then? I've been to prison once, and it was enough for me to not want to go back. So why was the last time you went to prison different from the first 5 times to make your mindset change?
I'd had enough. I think it's easy to say stuff when you're in there. The first person you turn to is God when you get arrested. Oh, I'm not gonna do it again. But I think once you say, oh, I'm not gonna do this, material things don't mean nothing. Once you get out here, it's the matrix. You're back. You're plugged in the net, and it's like At first, it's all cool. I'm free. Then when things start hitting you, bills, you're seeing youngers with cars, you're seeing peds, you're seeing this. One of the easiest options is to go back to the thing you know. So, majority of people are gonna try something. If it don't work, maybe even try a couple times, don't work, back to the roads. You know what I'm saying? But this time, for me, I like I said, I've done it over 12 years. When I went in at one time, my son was born a month before I went in. When I got out, he was 8. So it's a very long time.
Was that the last shift that you done, that one?
Nah, that wasn't even the last one. That was 3 times before. Yeah. But this time...
So that wasn't even enough to keep... Was you getting recalled after that?
Do you know what it is? It's the license that I'm on, the IPP thing.
Yeah.
I've been recalled 3 times.
Jeez.
So basically, they've abolished it. It's a long story. They've abolished the IPP now, but if you're on it, you're still on it. So
you've still got it?
I've still got it, yeah. And they're slowly but surely, it should be coming off soon. Hopefully, yeah.
Well, what's the latest you've been told about that then?
The latest I've been told is recently. Like I've been told that it should come off soon. So I've still got to go for paroles, and then they make up their mind. Which a lot of people don't understand this stuff, and this is what I'm saying. Like people don't get what man's on. That man's on some whole different thing, bruv. So
what is life like on IPP? Because we like people that know about the criminal justice system. We know what IPP is, but what is it really like to have that against your name?
Everyone's thing will be different. Every IPP will be different. You'll have a license, and then you'll have some people I've heard of. If they buy a car, they've got to inform the police their license plate, what car it is. Some people it's relationships. If you strike up a relationship, you've got to tell the police. Some people, so being on it, depending on your thing, it can be hard. And some people it can be less hard.
So how about you? Do you have any restrictions or
I can't fly. I can't
fly.
I can't fly. I got to ask permission, and more time if it's not like a family thing or whatever, they won't let me fly. So I haven't flown for years. So I can't fly. There's a lot on there. There's a lot, but it's not that bad.
But not just conditions wise. What about just having it over you, having an IPP over you? Do you have to?
I kind of
second think everything or think things through a bit more?
100%. It's at the forefront of your brain. Like man, say a little idiot argument and that I'm not involved. I'm not trying to dip. Man's not trying to be around nothing, because any little situation happens and we get arrested, you will get bail, and I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to sit there and go to a parole board and explain what happened. Two occasions where I've been recalled, I've been NFA'd, no further action, and I've been in jail for a year each time, even though I got NFA'd.
So that's another year gone in your life again.
Yeah.
Does this influence the people you go around with now, or you spend your time with, because you know that guilty by association, that you can just end up getting nicked for someone else's?
Yeah, definitely.
Movements?
I'm still around a couple mad man, couple mad gal, but they know I'm around good people still. So they I don't put myself around people that I know are on fuckery. No way, that would just be stupid, innit? But it does definitely influence who I'm around. But people are gonna be people. This is what I try and tell probation. This is what I try and tell all the people that I used to know from young. They've all got kids now. They've moved on. So I don't purposely put myself around people know when they're doing madness, but if I did and I see something, I'm keeping it moving.
So yeah, obviously on the RTM it went a bit, you was drunk and it went a bit mad. Do you feel like you got your case across in terms of the things they was asking you?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. And it's just, like I said, I don't even really want to address rumours, but some of these things are not rumours. I went to jail. But this doesn't change anything, innit? Me saying I didn't go to jail for rape. It wasn't rape. It was sexual assault with the intent to commit, which don't change anything at the end of the day. But there's a lot of people running around saying I'm a rapist. Do you get me? Do you get it? So that's one point I do want to get put across. And the other things, I'm not gonna reopen the wounds because they know that they edited the podcast. So that's all I'm gonna say. I ain't got a bad word to say against my man. Big up your chest, do your thing.
Yeah. So, but just going into that a little bit, you know, like, because you said certain, you know, you have to do certain courses and classes, you know. How did it affect you being around them sort of people? That must have been hard. No, like, when I think about it, that must have been testing for you at the same time, because obviously you're saying that's not you, so you're in these circles that you're having to get out, and you're around people that are genuinely got.
That's a serious question. Still, that's like, did we go to the moon question, bro? Like, I feel you, and I feel why you'd say it, because you heard my sigh, and it's like, bro, when I actually realized what was going on, because I didn't know at first what IPP meant. I was 22 years old. It had come out, I think, a couple years before, prior. I'm not up with law and what's going on. I'm just living. Of
course.
So when I realized, and it's been broken down to me, if I don't do this, and when I started saying, no, I didn't do this, they started saying, you're in denial.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm saying, yeah, but cool, all right, cool. Then they're saying to me, listen, if you don't play ball, you're not going to go home. And I'm like, they can't do that. That's lies. They could never do that. I'm meeting other people, they can do that. You will sit in here until we say. So cool, I'm saying, all right, cool. Where do I sign up? I want to go home. But yeah, sitting with these people was mental. This made me nearly break down in life. Like I contemplated suicide a bag of times. I'm sitting down with people that troubled their own youths. With one guy troubled his own youths, 2 youths. My man got 6 to 3. He's out in 3 years. I've done 8.
That's disgusting.
I've done 8 on an attempt. To me, it's like, this is crazy. Then that's when I started just going deeper in this whole like rabbit hole of what's really going on. Like, I'm seeing not just him, many man getting straight sentences. And I'm saying, if these people done these crimes, these people should be going mental homes, not prisons. And in some of these prisons are not like real prisons, Pentonville. These prisons, these men have got fucking rabbits in the fucking exercise yard, and it all just looks cozy, and there's all old donnies. And as soon as I get to them places, they're spinning me every minute. It's me.
The rabbits, that makes it sound even more disturbing.
Bro, that's disturbing. There's one Joe, I didn't go to this one, but another man just came from there, and he's sharing, man, that they've got like children stuff, like where people can go chill, like a train thing, and brother, it's weird. But that's when we start realizing the government people, they're involved in all this shit, bro. That's why they get the lesser sentence, because they're saying, right, if we get caught up in this shit, imagine we control the law. We're going to say, all right, we're drug dealers and we do this. We're going to lessen the thing for drug dealers, because if we ever do get found out, we're going to be in and out. Don't people question this shit, but they don't, because people are just so busy chasing the bread and it working and rah. But yeah, back to the question, it was disturbing and it nearly messed me up, but I knew I had a mission and I needed to get out. And my thing is this, like, I don't care what anyone says, whatever, but if someone takes a mistake twice, 3 times, it's mental. To me, it's like, that's crazy, innit? You will never hear of that type of shit again. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Not to say it can't happen, but I, like, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not happening.
You know what? Yeah, I worked when I was a bit younger. I worked in a boys' home, and a lot of the kids were like victims. And one of the kids, he was a victim of his own parents, and just reading his case and seeing a story proper disturbed me. So for you to sit in a room and then be with someone that's like that done that must have done something to you spiritually.
Yeah, of course. Man wanna lick these people down. Man, like, yeah, it's mad.
When you're going back to your cell, like, how are you feeling? Because I
to tell you the truth, you have to learn to block stuff, innit? So I'd go back to my son, slap on music and vibes, and go and just like do something that is not just keeping my mind on that shit. Because then I got to see this person again, and I'm seeing this person again, and it's just like, yeah, this is mental, this is crazy, but yeah, you just gotta block it. You gotta learn to block it.
you didn't have to socialize with people like that, or did you have to?
No, you don't have to. You can do what you want.
You just have to keep yourself to yourself.
Yeah. To keep myself to myself. And it's mad because, well, now I'm out. I feel like, you know, Terminator, when he scopes people and he's like, I feel like it's bad to do because it's stereotyping. But I'm not gonna lie, I look at people and I'm just like, yeah, you're definitely a wrong un. You're definitely a wrong un. and then it starts to make me feel like I want to talk to other people about it like yourself, but then it's like, it's just deep, because I start to think, bro, I want to just tell people all the time, you lot think you're in La La Land, there's bare people on wickedness around you. Like, you think this gang shit is wickedness, there's a lot. And if you knew...
What do you mean, like a dark world?
Dark world, it's dark, bro. It is dark, brother. These people are among us everywhere, left, right, in this block. They're everywhere, bro.
Did you get help for like being in that situation?
Help?
Yeah, like mentally, like any counselling or anything?
No. To tell you the truth, I haven't even really gone to them and said like anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's affected me, like probation or anybody to say it's affected me.
Because that must have had an effect on you mentally, man.
100%.
Being around them sort of people.
100% it has, but I feel like I can cope with it. I feel like my mind's strong. My mind and my body has been through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think now I've made it to where I knew I'd always make it. I'm like, I'm cool. To tell the truth, if you didn't bring it up, I wouldn't bring it up. I wouldn't think about it.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
Of course. So when you come out, a question I was thinking to ask you, so don't need to ask about the case or anything. It's more like, when you come back into your community, was that hard? Because obviously people would have had views on you, views on the situation. How did you handle that?
When I got out, I still hadn't fully matured. I lasted 8 months and I got recalled.
For a crime? Like, was it...
I didn't do it, but to cut long story short, I wasn't matured. I thought I was, and I was saying all the right things, but I got out and I still kind of had that bad boy mentality. I still kind of thought, anyone says anything, can't lick them down. Do you get me? Like, forget all that, like, that's what man's on. So that was what I was kind of on. And then I got a warm welcome at first, and I think down the line, down the line basically, there's whispers and there's thingy, but no one's coming to me direct. It's all just funny, innit? And then, I feel like I settled back in wrong. Like, I wasn't ready. No, I wasn't ready, but I didn't know what I know kind of now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did you feel like you had to clear your name, or did you just?
Nah, not really. Never that. Nah. I've always thought nah. And then even the RTM, I said to myself, after I've had a lot of talks with a couple of my pals and people are like, nah, but go and clear you and blah, blah, blah. And I was saying to myself, but no matter what I say, people are always going to have their opinion in it. Do you get it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So people are going to see this now. People are still going to have their opinions. People are going to, who am I clearing it for? Do you get me? Like, I got a family. I got 11 brothers and sisters. As long as they're good, as long as my closest people are good, I'm good. That's all that matters. Fuck an opinion.
Did you find yourself having to convince any of your close people or sisters or anything, or did they just know?
Nah, majority of people knew. Like, anyone that kind of knows me, well, I thought that it's kind of, anyway, anyone that knows me knows Ribz as Madman Ribz. Like, burgle your house, rob people that I used to hang around with, on that level, because there's been so much of that throughout my life. This is unheard of. And I don't even want to get into it because it's going back into that thing. But
you made a good point though on the RTM where you was like, I've been around so many, I can't remember, you said girls or whatever, and no one's ever said anything. And it's like, if there was something there, they would have said, he moved a bit like this. And that was a good point you made.
Obviously, in life, I think alcohol, a lot of these things, people do silly things. So not even to say I haven't done something out of character, but to this day, I meet girls and I'll bring it up because I don't like not telling somebody. I'd rather me tell them than they hear from someone else.
Even like new partners?
Just your friends, girlfriends. Okay. Yeah. I feel like it's better coming from me than someone else because it's always going to be a negative. That person's going to say, oh, what, you're rolling with such and such. It happens all the time. It's happened bare times because people just start going distant, and then I realise someone's obviously been in their ear. But majority of the people that do talk to say, I don't get that from you. I don't get that at all from you. I've had people say that to me directly, like, I'm a good judge of character and I don't get that from you. You know what I'm saying?
So when you get that scenario of someone distancing themselves, does that affect you at all mentally? Do you think, fuck's sake, like, this is never going to leave me, or?
Nah, man. For instance, met someone, recent brethren, like first time meeting them, we've gone to a house. Furthermore, that person was moving, like the person they was with was kind of like harassing them type of thing, innit? So man was really just like, yo, what? You get me? Then I started to clock that person's a bit of, I don't know, because that person we're saying come with us, and they're saying, no, bring that person as well, but we're saying a minute ago you wanted to get away from that person, but cool, we rode with that person, we've gone to a house party, gone to another house party, then gone back to a yard. Then that person started moving shaky. Not shaky, because I didn't see nothing. I've gone shop with my brethren. When I come back, they're like, oh, they're going to cut. But when they've cut, my other girl brethren has said to me, "Raw, my girl was asking me bare questions and saying, do I know about what happened with you, rah, rah, rah." So I told her, yeah. Like, and then I was like, "Raw, I didn't even sense that." Do you get me? And then after, I tried to shout at that person, like, "Bro, who told you?" Because I was thinking everyone moves around was supposed to be cool. So all I wanted to know was like, listen, I'll never chat to you again. I just want to know who told you, innit? Then that person just didn't respond, rah, 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 rah. I didn't think nothing of it, man. It's your loss. It's your loss.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but for me, it would bother me a bit. I don't know, like, in what sense, but I just think, like, you know, when you're just trying to move on with life, you're building new communities, and then so to juggle it a little bit, it must have a little bit of an impact on your, I don't want to say mental health, because people take that as,
do you know what? I think you have to go, like, I went through a few more scenarios, which I can't bother to get into because they're all long and whatever anyway, and it's just nonsense. But I think at that time, I started to get a bit like, what? What? No one ain't really saying nothing direct as well. It's like, it's all backdoor stuff. So it's like, so now, I honestly don't care. I got a beautiful son. I got a loving family. I got the people around me that I know are my people that I can shout for whatever they can shout me. That's all that really matters in life. Not these people that they're not even going to be in your life. And if they can snake you for little funny things like this, what would they be like with a bunch of money? Do you know what I'm saying?
So do you feel like you've recovered from the whole situation now?
I don't really think about it. And now you've asked me, I'd say probably not fully, but I don't really need to think about it like that. Man, just cracking on with life, innit? Cracking on, doing what I'm doing, and trying to make it out. Make it out, yeah. Get to my end goal. My end goal is my end goal, so, yeah.
What's the end goal?
The end goal is to go back to Yard. I ain't even been Yard before, but my family's from there. Big up the Blakes, big up the Fosters. I've got a big family in Jamaica.
Yeah. Got
land out there. My brethren's got land out there, so he's already patterning, so I'm just trying to get my feet on the floor, pattern out there, and I'd love to just be sitting there with a hammock.
Visualising it, yeah. 5
wives, yeah, sipping out of a coconut, yeah, chilling, okay?
So you need to get rid of that IPP then to make that happen.
Yeah.
To get that drop so you can get in the plane.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah, man. All right, let's move on then. You mentioned that you done shrooms and that in the RTM. You into things like that? To open up your mind and that?
Allegedly.
Why it's alright to do shrooms?
But they're class A.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So would you like to do shrooms?
I would
like to be open to. But are you open to like psychedelic stuff and that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it opens up your mind a lot.
Definitely. I believe the government know what's going on. That's why they up it to class A. They don't care about us. They move like they care about us, and they do these little things. So rather than me just watch them do these things, I question everything. Why? Opens up your pineal gland. They don't even want you to know about your pineal gland. So yeah.
Are you into meditation and all of that?
Not really meditation. Kind of actually, yeah. I don't sit there like that and know that, but before I go sleep, I like to manifest.
Nice.
I like to think about things, especially like things that just happen throughout the day. I'll go back to the conversation we had in the morning, like, wow, why did my man say that? Do you know what I'm saying? And dissect up the whole thing.
Nice. And then also, the last couple of things I'll talk about. So you got I see a lot of house raves now. What's that doing for you? Because I know you mentioned like you got the vibe now from house where it's a bit more nicer vibe, good music and that. What's that done for you, like as a person? Was you raving before you done your IPP?
Yeah. I was outside.
On a different vibe. Been outside.
Yeah, we was. But to tell you the truth, we used to go house raving way back in the day. Red carpet, Priory, Super D, all of that. Back a day. But we was bad youths them times there. A lot of robberies were going on and all these things. So I think I started to actually come out of it because a lot of my brethren was rolling with straps. I weren't necessarily rolling with straps like that. And I started to think, I remember having a conversation with my brethren, like, yo, like, we don't always need the thing. And man's like,
What, in the raves?
yeah, man's like, nah, bro, like, we do, it's on site. And that's when I started to feel like I started to come away because I just wanted to rave. Raving is an escapism. You're going out and you're having a good time and it's a vibe. So I think that was before I'd done a long time. So to come out and actually see that it's actually blossomed and that is not really going on. If it is, I don't know about it. And it's probably like 1%. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
No, that's good, man. Right, so just you touched on it with the robbery thing. Does that stuff ever catch back up with you?
What, the robbery stuff?
Yeah.
100%.
Like now, like not now, like as in yesterday, but does
That's another thing, yeah, to for the youngers coming up and all that, yeah, karma, I've had to learn that karma is not a thing where you stab someone and you get stabbed. You stab someone, that ripple effect is gonna not even necessarily make someone in your family get stabbed. It could be cancer. It could be something is gonna come back. Do you know what I'm saying? And then when you start realizing that, you start realizing, I want to start giving back. I want to start helping and being good because karma just don't work in that way, like what people think. And karma is real, man. Karma is real.
Yeah. All right. So 2025 and beyond, what's the plan for Ribz?
Good vibes, good people, clothing, music, connecting with good people, man, because that's one of the main things, man. You are who you hang around, and a lot of people now in this generation with the internet, it's got people just fooled. People are very selfish. I'm seeing couples that ain't putting up their other half on their Instagram. That to me is mad. People just focusing on them, and not seeing the bigger picture. Like even trying to gather a team now to do certain things, like everyone wants money. No one doesn't want to see the dream and say, this guy's got an idea. Like, well, I ain't got no ideas. I'm just floating through life. This guy's got let's do you know what I'm saying? So good people and just good times, man. Good times.
Yeah, good to hear, man. Good to hear. You got anything else you wanna say to the viewers while you're here?
Get me on the gram, man. That's where I'm at more time. Gram. And if you're lucky enough to get my number, then yeah. But gram, that's it. Ribz, I think it's RIBBZZZ. That's it, man. Look out for my new music. I've got bangers out there on YouTube, on Spotify. Go check me out if you've never heard of me before. If you have, Ribz is still here. People will say, you still doing the music thing? Yes, I'll never stop till I stop breathing. Music dead there.
Nice, man. Wicked. Appreciate you coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks also for sharing your experiences. I know it's not easy. Hope we didn't go too deep into anything that you didn't really want to address. But yeah, man, thank you for opening up as well.
It's calm. Thank you for being there.
You know, like the places you've been or the people you've been at, there's not a lot of people been there.
People have been and seen.
So your story's powerful and it could help someone else, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, appreciate you. And keep up the good
I want to see how they treat Devious when he comes out as well. I want to see, because I see something the other day, a little something, so I'm very...
Is he coming up?
Intrigued. He's coming out soon, yeah.
Yeah. Wicked, man. Alright, well, big up yourself.
Come on.
Nice one.
Big up yourself, so...